Siobhan with the Tennis Warehouse Racket Review. This is the Wilson BLX Prostaff 61100. Part of the Prostaff series, the 61100 provides excellent feel and enhanced comfort with Wilson's Amplifil and Basalt technologies. The racket features a 100 square inch head size, a 3-points headlight balance, a swing weight of 304 and a stiffness rating of 65. First up we have Granville. Granville, I know you're a big fan of the Prostaff series rackets, and I know you're also looking for a lighter racket. How did you find the 61100?
Well, I like it a lot. It's got the same, I guess, blended spec, and that's a headlight racket, but not quite enough mass for my taste. My balls were landing a little short, so I definitely had to make some adjustments to my game to play with this racket. But it does open it up to a wider audience. It's a very maneuverable, lightweight racket, so good for a club doubles player or a competitive young singles guy or gal, looking for a step up into perhaps a little more competitive spec. A little underpowered on the serve, but again, based on what I already said, that's no surprise. So it's definitely an extension of the line, probably a little too far extended to be of any use to me.
Next up we have Carly. Carly, I know your current racket is the Wilson N Tour. How did you find the 61100 to compare?
Well, the Prostaff and the N Tour have the same weight and the same length, but this one was so much easier to swing, and that's what I loved about this racket, was the maneuverability. It was just a really easy racket to swing, and I also felt that helped with the spin of this racket, because I could get a ton of spin, especially with the top spins, and I think it was because of the maneuverability. They didn't really care for the plow-through or the torsional stability. I felt that with ground strokes and volleys, it just was very unstable. And then with that lack of plow-through, I found myself changing my follow-through to where I'd whip it around my head more than I normally do, just to keep that swing speed up. Because if I slowed down that swing speed, I noticed my balls were going short or wasn't getting enough power. But apart from the plow-through, it was a really easy racket to swing, and I could produce a ton of spin off of it.
Next up we have Chris. Chris, I know you like to play with a wide range of rackets. How did the 10.7 strung weight of the 61100 compare?
It felt really fast, really maneuverable racket, and as some of the other testers have mentioned, it's super easy to get spin, the string pattern's open, the tip speed can be really high just on an average swing with this racket. It really just seems to whip through, and so it's swinging very quickly. At first I was almost dismissed it as being too light, but then when I played around with the string setup and I tried it with Solinco Tour Bite main string with some natural gut, Pacific natural gut in the crosses, it really livened up the racket. I started to get more of the depth that I felt was missing with an all poly setup, and also missing because of the lightweight of the racket, and I like that feel of it in net too with that string setup. So just playing around with the string setup kind of made the spec of the racket work a bit better for me, but this is definitely a racket I would customize. I think it would be a really fun racket to tail weight with a lot of weight towards the handle, still keep it light and whippy but get a bit more plow through, so yeah, it's a good one.
Next up we have Mike. Mike, I know you have a really big serve. How did the 61100 hold up for you?
For my serve, it actually worked out pretty good. The lightweight of the racket kind of made it easy for me to swing and just get tons of pop on my serve, tons of speed, and the open string pattern allowed me to just get a lot of spin, kind of a lot of free points. Forehand, backhand, I would say it was pretty good. It was on some shots, I would say. So maybe when I hit with someone that hit a little heavier than me, I kind of felt like I was getting pushed back just maybe because of the lightweight of the racket. So at times it wasn't stable. Up in net, I liked it. Placement was really easy with the racket. Again, at the net, I kept sometimes some shots I just couldn't control them. I felt like just the heaviness of the ball from the other player that I was playing against made it a little tougher. This is probably something for a junior player, maybe going into like an adult size racket. This would be something intermediate. Just like Chris said, definitely a good racket to customize. It's kind of 10.7 ounces, kind of middle of the road. So adding some weight to it would probably make it a little better feeling, a little bit more stable. But overall, I would say good racket, and I'd definitely recommend it. Check it out.
As you heard, our playtesters really enjoyed the maneuverability and playability of the Wilson BLX Prostaff 61100. If you're interested in this racket, please check it out online at Tennis